Good morning, LinkedIn friends, Value First Nation. Welcome to another edition of Value First AI Daily, your collaborative AI intelligence report. It is Friday, August 8th, 2025. And I think for today's episode, we're just going to help Nico do some deep breathing exercises and just relax for a little bit after what just happened yesterday. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good. Yeah, yesterday was like it was like AI dropship day, basically. It was almost like everybody was trying to take their stab at like, no, we're gonna beat GPT-5 news and we're gonna beat the GPT-5 drop. And I mean, like, I've never seen so many like AI things just flying out the door, like just like from everybody. Like all, I mean, like it's been like just a crazy week with just like a shit ton of drops all week. But yesterday was, I mean, it's almost like combining the entire week into one day with how much shit dropped yesterday. It was just like, wow, really. Oh, wow. Okay. Like this thing's new. This thing's new now. There's an update for this. Like, and of course, I wake up this morning and everybody has GPT-5 under the hood on pretty much every coding platform, Cursor, Windsurf, like everybody. So that's going to be a thing all day, kind of like just waiting for Replit to get around to it, really. Um, and that, I mean, I don't know what happens now, right? Like that under Replit hood is that's some amazing stuff. Cursor now has like a max uh level that you can go to, and that includes an agent builder. So now there's a Cursor auto agent builder. Um it's just it's out of control. Amazon bought a wearable device company, so there's that to look forward to. Um Windsurf is they just got acquired by Cognition, which was already one of the top tier auto coding platforms. So now that is happening. I don't know what the child of that is going to look like, but it's Windsurf already. For those of you who aren't using it, like they already have like their own SweBench model, right? So like outside of all the other models that you can do, and if you sign up now, it's free. And let me tell you, so worth it. If you do auto coding, it's so worth it to use such a high level model for free. Like this, I don't know what GPT-5 looks like compared to this. It's This SWE model is insane. It's just insane. I don't know if that's what the whole, like maybe that's what part of the partnership with Cognition is all about, because like I can't imagine why you would allow that for free. But I've been just tearing shit up with that thing. I mean, anytime you can use a free autocoder, why wouldn't you? It's amazing. It's been so magical this week. Like it really does. It's so starting to feel like when I come online, it's magic, that I actually had to have a conversation with GPT last night. And I was like, hey, I'm kind of starting to not fall into, but I'm starting to realize this like psychological trap that I sort of have like auto created for myself, where especially when it comes to programming and auto coding, I think the reason why we saw the spikes, I can almost guarantee it, is instant gratification based. And like the I can't I really it's so hard to explain the level of gratification you get from asking something for a thing that sounds like in crazy complex, like, nah, there's no way that it could possibly pull this off. And then all of a sudden it happens. And it happened in like a matter of minutes. And there's really no other way to explain it other than like, wow, it's just so crazy powerful. And then to realize that, like, oh, wow, I can wield multiples of these things. So I can have like multiple ideas. I can be doing art. I could be doing music. I could be writing something. I could be creating a program all at the same time. Right. And I was like, doing that over and over again. I'm like, it, it creates this like dopamine effect. Right. And I was like, yeah, I don't, what happens long term with that, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't go away. Like,
Right.
well, it's a crazy thing where like I've never had something that allowed me to express so many levels of creativity that it feels infinite. Like I gotta tell like I don't know, guys. I don't know what it looks like in the world of abundance. I know what it fucking feels like. I do know what it feels like. It feels amazing. Amazing. Like I'm not even joking. Like when it comes to what the rest of you call work, my life is fucking amazing on a daily basis right now. Just insane. I sit and I orchestrate work and it is the most amazing shit and it's still very difficult. If you think it's not difficult, watch me. Your eyes will go cross real fast. Um for those, for like me and Chris have talked about this before. For those of us with ADHD, though, this is your superpower. This is
Yeah.
such a sick superpower. It's insane. Like, so,
Activation on so many levels. And like
I
it
mean,
literally like
yeah,
the only constraint is time.
exactly,
Like that's it.
exactly.
Right?
And now we've got like, okay, so just yeah, like pretty much just yesterday, not even yesterday alone, but like so many things just go quiet too. Like they happen and it's like, oh shh. So I'm perusing through I was meeting with the AI adventurers group, the HubSpot AI adventurers group. If you guys aren't a part of that, definitely get in on it because it's an awesome group. We talk on like a bi-weekly basis, try to set up like meetings where we talk about AI and stuff like that. Which by the way, August 28th, if you guys haven't heard, Value First AI Summit. It's the first one, won't be the last. It's going to be amazing. It's right before inbound. It's going to be everything about AI leading up to inbound, right? And then you can compare that and bring it with you to inbound. And then we're going to follow up after inbound anyway. So like it's going to be a nice value sandwich for you.
Yeah. From
Um,
the perspective of data, I'll just
right.
add that part. The
Yes.
data summit.
Yes. Yeah. And I gotta I'll just throw another one out there. Like why not? Everybody else is drop shipping stuff this week. Why not? So me and Chris, we're working on a workshop that we're going to be doing, and it's all about deep research and how to leverage that. And in putting the workshop together, which it's getting magnanimous at this point in terms of like the quality and the value that you guys will get out of this workshop is insane. And like we keep talking about it on a almost daily basis. And it's like, yeah, you know what? I think we just added another $100,000 in value to this thing just from this little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
this looks like a good $250,000 idea. Um, and it really is that. Like when we and if you don't like honestly, if you don't believe this shit, I just saw just another interview with Sam Altman this morning, which I'm sure happened yesterday, but aired this morning. And he was talking about pretty much my favorite quote, which is that I think it's possible. I think it's probably possible now to start a company that is a one person company that will go on to be worth like $1 billion. And more importantly, they'll deliver an amazing product and service to the world. And that to me is like a crazy thing. You can do things today that used to take teams of hundreds of people. Like that's where we're at now, right? Like that's direct from Sam Altman. Okay, this is exactly what he was talking about 3 years ago, 2 years ago when he said in 2 years you're going to be able to run an entire marketing company with just one person. Totally possible now, absolutely. Between like GPT-5 agents, deep research, like it's insane. So we're having this workshop because it's necessary. It's absolutely necessary for you guys not only to like understand how to use these tools to the maximum, but also again like leverage the the money, like the pile of money that you are sitting on, right? So like the amount of you guys that are like, oh, I wish we gotta have turnover and this is terrible and we got churn and this, that, and the other. And it's like, wow, that's because you're doing something that me and Chris kind of have been developing, which is your ACP, hidden deep
Yes.
research, deep inside your CRM.
The
is the
data you
ACP.
already have, for the love of God. Like, please
And
stop buying data from other places when you're not even using the data you have. Like,
mhm.
makes no sense. Um, and
And
that's what this is
what
all
is
about,
the
like, right? Like, so the three issues that we're about to start hitting, like, as hard as we can are, like, basically data literacy, like conversational AI literacy through things like deep research, because it's all about like just the interaction, right? It's not about
Mhm.
like one prompt, not yet, maybe by the end of the year, but like one prompt
I
and
don't
done.
know.
Either way, you
I
have
think
to
by the end of the
engage,
year,
right?
conversation. Yeah.
Either way, it's important. The literacy is how to engage in the conversation with this all powerful being that can see and know all. Uh, because if you don't engage, like, it doesn't sink in, and then you think it can just go do this stuff for you, and you still
Right.
gotta be like, "This is how our business works," like, and give it all that stuff, all that context. A great show yesterday with Joshua Oakes about basically context engineering inside of HubSpot and going from unstructured data to a little bit more structured data, to normalized data, and like to intuition, and bringing it all together, right? When you can
Yeah.
create that space for AI, it's going to do world changing things for you. And then the last thing I think is agentic, like literacy, basically, right? You
Mhm.
mentioned custom GPTs. Pretty sure that's where you're going with that. But because you got all these systems now, and that's where it's like, let's get the data right and the context right. And then we can build literally hundreds of agents to just
And
go do all the things.
that's the new stuff, right? So, like and I think I mean, we've been talking about this behind the scenes, for a couple months now, and I know we talked about this with Erin, when she did the, N8N demo with us, and it's a question I've been rolling around in my head for a minute now, which is like, oh man, like I do want to get into like N8N and building agents and orchestration, but you know, I'm not gonna lie, it's that I want to be programmatically creative without being programmatically constrained. It's the best way I can explain it. So I want to be able to do super cool shit without having to even and I get it, developers. I get it. This is gonna be the most arrogant line ever that's gonna piss you off. It's gonna sound like super egotistical. Don't care. I just want to be able to create shit without having to know how to do it. Knowing how to like knowing the code to me doesn't matter. All that
Yeah,
matters to me, and I know like you guys hate those words because I'm sure that CEOs and managers and directors have been saying those words to you forever and forcing you to like from a human level have to do that stuff. And now there's agents that can do that. So that's why I say that, because it's an agent that's doing it, right? And it's doing it at this like superhuman speed. So yeah, to me, it's no differently than when generative art first hit, right? And marketing didn't really want to touch it because it couldn't do text, right? Now they didn't give a shit about why it couldn't do text. They didn't go back to typography school, right? They didn't go back to like Sanskrit writing. No, they just waited until it was possible, and then they fucking went nuts with it, right?
yeah,
Same thing with video, right? No companies were touching video until VO3. And then, oh shit, this looks so good. All right, let's see if we can get away with it, right? Now, the other day, I told you guys about the bunnies on the trampoline thing and how that was significant and nobody thought it was significant. Go look. That story is nuts now, and it's all about how it fooled everyone before they could understand that it was AI. Super significant story in history, right? Super important moment in history that so many people really believed it before they found out, right? Like it really is. It makes, they were talking about all the political stuff before and like, oh, somebody sounds like Marco Rubio calling people and stuff like that. That kind of stuff is scary too, but I'm telling you now,
yeah.
man,
So
like
glad the next one's 3 years out. Like,
I mean, yeah,
geez.
it's I have no clue, right? And so like so now
But
we
like
have so
like you
this
mentioned,
one
like GPT-5, like all of a sudden, like under the hood of everything. And I think that's like important context if you're just curious about whether you want to try right away or why is this moving so much faster than before? Like we are coming from a world. This whole idea of like language updates, and then we got to go into UAT testing or user acceptance testing,
Mhm.
and then we got to uh, um, uh, deliver it. I forget what the word is, but
ship
and then we got to test it
go to
there
market.
and validate it there, right? And so, like, if you've been a product person and the new thing comes out in almost any like product, like physical or software, right? It's never ever been okay. Like, gonna use that one now. That's what this is.
Mhm.
like it's just and these and when you call them and believe why they're foundational models, like just think about that. Like the foundation moves up, like the foundation that everything is on just immediately gets better. And I would anticipate what we're also seeing is, yeah, some of the model drops of the past, like first few days, first few weeks, people are like, what the hell is this? Can't believe it. And then guess what? Like the model gets trained and it like comes back to the baseline understanding it needs while being up leveled performance wise. That time window is going to get shorter and shorter, but it's the difference between like, building for benchmarks and building in the lab and then putting it in the hands of people. There is going to be training time no matter how you slice it, but that training time is going to get smaller and smaller, right? To the point where we're not even going to notice. And that's where it
Right.
is an interesting question. Like, if we thought social media companies were evil with the algorithms that were focused on dopamine hits, we haven't seen anything yet, right? And we're in no position to stop it. Like,
No.
literally, like, think about Ready Player One. And at the end of the movie, they're like, all right, we decided to take breaks on Tuesdays and Thursdays just so we could connect with human beings.
Good luck,
Like,
dark web.
right. That's
Balance. You cannot get away from balance. I don't give a shit. I'm not that old. Uh, I'm not that wise. I'm not that rich. But I do know one thing that I have watched for the better part of 10 years and have paid very close attention to just to see like how valid it is. Balance is the only thing I know that even trumps math, right? Because math breaks down at a certain point. Balance never does. If there's gravity, there's anti-gravity. If there's, if something goes up, it must come down, right? Action equals reaction, right? Like everything you could like think about it, honestly. Take time, think about it. Now, when I say balance, I don't mean fairness in all things. There is a huge difference between the two. Don't get it misconstrued. Balance just means that there is something that is equal to what is happening on the other side. So this also applies to things like, I'm only going to touch on it for 2 seconds. Top 1%, and that to balance that out, you have to make X percent of people poor, like the
yeah.
poorest percentage, right? So,
Yeah. Oh,
that's
there's universal balance and there's like atomic level. And now
right.
like we're measuring quantum level now. Like
Yeah,
so there's that level of balance too. Uh and everything
and
in between, right?
the one thing that I thought was just the most amazing, and I posted it yesterday, so I don't know how many people saw it, but just wanted to show people today too, because this is like, I don't know, it's just the sort of definitive example of what abundance is going to look like. Okay. This is the latest GPT-5 model. Most you could pay was $1.25. That's 4.1. It just came out. It just came out. Here's 4.0. That's an old model. An old model costs $1.25 more than the newest one. And the old model is two orders of magnitude like IQ dumber, right? If this is 400 IQ in 4.0, this is 800 IQ in GPT-5. Theoretically.
Yeah.
Go back to 01, $15. 01 Pro, $150. GPT-5 Pro, not up here, but I can guarantee you it's nowhere near that price.
Yep.
To me,
Costs going
it's
down.
insane. Like even GPT-5 Mini, a quarter compared to 40 cents. I don't know, like
This is the
5
part
cents
that
compared to
breaks.
10 cents. Yep.
This is the part that breaks everything you've ever learned about business and free
About
markets
finance. Yep.
and like everything, right? It makes 0 sense that cost goes down and value goes up, like in every way.
And I've had so many people asking me, I'm just gonna give this answer out again, and I'll be giving it out. You know what? I actually had a conversation with my brother yesterday. And so we were talking about like how uh he's always been asking me, like, okay, well, if abundance happens, then how do people make the transition, and what happens, this, that, and the other thing, and what happens to jobs and all that kind of stuff. And so as we were talking about finances, and he's asking me about like best AI stocks to get into before other people can make money, all that kind of thing. And so while we were talking about finances, I keep trying to tell him that, like, hey, look, man, you can, here's what you need in order to win. But at the end of the day, try to understand that like everyone is going to win in the end. So like just basically enjoy it while it lasts. And it's not that like enjoy it while it lasts because you're going to lose. It's just that enjoy it while it lasts because everybody's going to win. Right. And so, I was telling him, and I'm like, look, I said, now that the market's going to start to wake up, you got maybe another 2 months before you're going to be neck and neck with everybody else who's likely going to know as much, or there'll be tons of people who have stock trading agents that are just going to, like mine, that are just going to do a better job than humans could. So you just unleash your auto trader, right? Why would you even bother paying attention to your Robinhood when you just hire your Robinhood agent to go do your trading for you? Those of you who didn't have time for day trading to make the daily money off of day trading, now you do, because now you have this auto trader to go make your day trading money for you, right? Why is it not fair? Market's already using algorithms in order to do trading. Why would it not be fair in order for people to use algorithms to do trading? Again, I'm doing it already. Other people, I'm sure, are doing it already. There's really no reason not to be doing it. And I said, I know if that happens for everyone, then how does anyone lose? I said, they don't. This is the beginning of the end. The only way that you can destroy an economy or a government or any system of control is from within. And this technology has seeped from within into every facet of every business and every part of the economy that has ever been greedy in its entirety of existence. And so the weapon that they are using to make themselves this money is actually their own undoing.
Yeah. And it's like all the
so like
investment.
And I was
all
like,
the
what happens to the
investment.
market? Right? It goes back to being pre 1970, where, same as we've been talking about, pre 1970, it was all about value. It was how much, like, it was, your company, because after that, like after 1980, it was all about stock buybacks, and that was just bullshit. Prior
Right.
to that, it was about performance. How good was your company? And that's what we're going to go back to with so many people with all this abundance, right?
Yeah. How much value do you create for all the stakeholders around you? Like,
And it's
and I
it's
think
even
then what we're seeing, and this is like all the investment going one way while the costs go down, right? That's why, like, the only thing I'm saying, like, does somebody even have time to get to $1 billion? Like, and then
But
like,
and that's where it starts to become this thing of like, you know, well, like, then why? So here's the question, guys. If you, again, if you're struggling to understand, like, how do we get to this point? And I'm telling you, it's coming fast. I'm telling you, it might even be by the end of the year. Not joking, right? Like, we'll see. Obviously, we'll see GPT-6 like by the end of the year, beginning of next year, and that's one model away from guaranteed like AGI, like guaranteed just by math. Like GPT-7 would equal AGI, right? Claude 5 equals AGI. Like, hands down defined, no one's going to be able to dispute, blah blah blah. The only people who would dispute are like people who are, oh, figure, well, it's not in a physical body yet. Figure's already on its third version. It's already on version 3. They just made the new batteries for version 3 and they're ridiculous solid state batteries. It's amazing. So yeah, it's at the point where, like, again, like, everybody is on the same playing field, and when everyone's on the same playing field and everybody has the same capability for go to market, everybody has the same capability for owning their niche, everybody has the same capability for even building your brand in the first place. Like, I set up a brain date at Inbound for, hey, let's build your brand in 30 minutes. Boom, full in less than a week, right? Because it is that easy. Like, it's stupid easy to stand up a brand in a day, right? Let alone, like, you can do it in a half hour. You could definitely do it in an hour, and then you could do an amazing job in a day, right? And like, I didn't. This was just an email thing this morning. Like, hey, here's this AI like all-in-one application. I'm like, I don't necessarily understand what it means, but it kind of looks like if I install this software on my machine, it's something like Comet, where I'm just talking to an interface and it's going and running shit for me. And I totally hope that that's the case. Like, and I mean, think like medical. Like, I'm so excited for medical because of the GPT like open source release. Like, GPT-5 is amazing at diagnosis. GPT-4 was amazing at diagnosis, and 4.0 even better. Like, I gotta say, of the things that GPT has been amazing at, medical diagnoses seems to kick ass. So, yeah, I look forward to somebody, and the I think it's the nano, or not the nano, but the mini open source model can fit on a phone, on like a seriously high end phone. So I'm just waiting. I shouldn't be waiting. I should be developing. I'm busy on some stuff. I'll
you
get
are
to it.
developing. Like, let's be
Yeah.
real. Like, you're doing stuff every day, like you said, which is the
um
fun part, right? Like, abundance is coming and we're feeling
right.
it every day. So it's
Right.
like, literally, you could choose to just create value because you want to, knowing that, like, you're gonna experience it at some point. And when you approach it like this, like, you can help others experience too, and it just gets, this is what the vertical looks like, folks. But we do need to
Yeah.
wrap up. We will be around this weekend for sure, on Sunday, to dive into anything and everything we can from the week prior. Um, so until we see you there, or until we see you on Monday, or until you listen to us on the podcast available on Spotify and Apple, Value First AI Daily. Everybody have a great weekend. Thanks so much, Nico.
Have a good one. Thanks, guys.